GM, can you guys hear us? Coder Dan's coming right back. Loud and clear. Cool. Good morning. GM, one and all. Slowly fill the room. Coder Dan's going through his time space warp. Jesse just got up here. Good morning, Jesse.
Yo, GM.
GM, how's your week been?
Yeah, just getting. Oh, it's been pretty good. Bit of a blur. Um, I think the highlight of the week was just this breakthrough with Chat GBT, right? And the image gen. And I mean, just another crazy week with AI. So been having fun making all these gotchis come to life in different ways. And I just shared one in my Glowing Alchemica series. It's not done yet. I forgot to. I haven't got around to erasing the feed of it yet. So that's the only issue I have with this one. But I just saw your GM on X. You should drop it in the chat here. Everybody can see that. I'm a big fan.
Oh yeah, I dropped it up above like a few messages ago, but I'll drop it again. No, I do not want to boost this.
Oh, did you drop it? Okay, that
Yeah,
one's so good. Oh, I see. I'm scrolling up now. Yeah, got to eat your Wheaties.
yeah, I had to make sure to be like, look, we're not breaking copyright code. Also, China, I noticed the QR code too, and I was like, what is this? And I didn't look because I didn't want to self hack or whatever. But it's like it did drop in. Like I tried adding. I wanted to get more granular with it. Like instead of it saying high and like no sugar added, I wanted to have like no BS added. But I was like, ChatGPT, I prompted it twice, and it's like, hey, you need to chill out for 6 minutes. You're asking for too much. So I was like, all right, it's okay.
Right. Yeah. The
But it's
old
like,
rate limits.
but this was like a huge
China's
evolution.
brave. We tried the QR code.
Yeah, we saw just a huge evolution in the image generation stuff this week. I've been playing with some of the video stuff too. The LLMs, to me at least, feel like they're taking way longer to post images now, like to generate, but the quality is so much higher. Also, Coder
Yeah.
Dan, we couldn't hear you when you were here.
Yeah, I still can't hear him. And I agree. I'm glad it's not just me. It's been pretty frustrating because I was used to like these images being generated rather quickly, but they weren't nearly as good as what we get now. And I guess the trade-off
Hello?
is they
Hello?
just take a lot longer. There he is.
Okay. So,
Go to Dan.
hey guys, just upgraded Discord. I knew this was gonna happen. Still didn't fix the whatever issue is. Now I have to restart Discord, leave the stage, come back to the stage. Just add new steps every time. But it's all right. How you guys doing?
Good. It almost sounds like your D&D, crypto D&D. You got to go on a little quest.
It is. It's really getting to be that. I just the new Discord update. Not a fan. But
Yeah.
yeah, this AI stuff. I love this the Wheaties, the GM Wheaties, high in alpha.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that would have
That would
worked
be
too,
better. Yeah.
high in alpha. Yeah, I tried generating it the first time. It gave me the box with the cereal scene with GM, but no extra details. I prompted it again to add the details, and then ChatGPT just like had a heart attack. It freaked out. Uh, Chilled for a bit. Tried again. It was like giving me errors, and then it produced this image. So it's like, all right, I can get. It might take 10 minutes to produce one image, but it's like way better quality than what it was before. I had this thing doing. Actually, I'll find them because some of them are really good. I'll drop them into the chat. But it's been fun just being able to play around with it because it just could not handle uh, gotchis before, and now it can. And it's really cool. The feet
Yeah,
thing
man.
is still interesting, but we'll get them eventually.
Occasionally, it won't generate the feet, or maybe they're just hidden. But yeah, finally gotten to a point where we don't have to like train our own Laura on gotchis. It's pretty much able to get there in 1 or 2 prompts.
Yeah, here's another one from my series. The main Gotchi has no feet. It's kind of gliding nicely. But then if you really pay attention to the background Gotchi, it's got like little nubs for feet. So these are like one shot, just the ones I'm sharing here. Like, so there's, yeah, that thing from Light Piglet. What are we looking at there? Oh god. Thrax. No, sorry, not Thrax. No Future. I'm seeing yours come through here. This this Renaissance era stuff. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, that one I
I
had to
love it.
learn that I can't. I have to tell the GBT like, look, this is for personal use. It's not commercial use. It's not going to be like monetized at all before it will produce because it was refusing to do the creation of David. I have a Mona Lisa Gotchi. I think I dropped it into a chat with Twan and the engineer. I was just playing around a lot. I was like different artists, different styles. Just simplified some things, turned some of my own pictures into pixel art. It's just really cool. It's a novelty. It'll wear off in a week, but it's just cool to see that evolution in real time.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean a lot of the NFT projects, the long-standing ones, you see them all over the timeline right now, whether it's I guess it's the communities themselves just producing a lot of content. So I'm glad you're repping the gotchis on the daily with fresh content.
Yeah, it's easy, and it's also like crazy. Like, did you guys see what happened to the price of Fiverr's stock after this image generation was released? It
Oh,
took a nosedive.
no.
That makes
Yeah.
sense. Well, it actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, this might
What
be
about
one of the
Nvidia?
first. Nvidia, I didn't pay attention to that, but I just feel like we're seeing like one of the major disruptions of an industry, like in real time, like the ability now that
Yeah.
everybody can generate high quality.
It's too good at this point. It's like this is way this was a huge upgrade from anything previous. Even I heard Midjourney 7 is coming out soon. Maybe that'll be the same level and faster, but man, it's so good.
Yeah, now I'm starting to explore other GBTs within ChatGPT. Like, there's a video generation one, not Sora, but another GBT. It's what was it called? Because I was looking at it this morning. Video AI. It's one of their featured top picks. So I'm gonna go check it out because it's like it'll help you make scripts. It'll produce voiceovers for the scripts. It will do whatever scenes. I have to take a deeper dive into it, but for B-roll, that would be very helpful. Like being able to like Piglet, being able to do just basic B-roll of ideas. Like, hey, I need a video of a trader watching a chart, the chart going up and to the right. He's very excited.
Yeah.
It's like so easy to put that over so many different scenarios, like for content when I'm making scripts. Ooh, sprite sheets. That's useful.
My bookmarks on X are it's disgusting how many things I'm bookmarking every day.
So true. Like,
As a
I got to get
founder,
back
it's
to
just
that.
like, God, there's just so much crap out there. I mean, it's all good crap. It's like if I don't bookmark it, there's some really good people that are just creating crazy good content right now to bookmark. But one of them was Hedra. I think I'm looking for it I'm scrolling right now. Hedra was one I saw people generating a lot of these videos with. There's probably 3 or 4 of them now.
Yeah, the one I was playing with was Cling.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
I
clean.
just
Yep.
did some free stuff with that, and I put it down. Maybe I can share what I got out of it. Like I said, I didn't really have a lot of time, but it was fun to play around with. All this stuff is worth experimenting with. Maybe I deleted it. I'm just looking through my stuff here. I did a alternate. I actually shared the wrong one here. This is the one for the thread, which I don't know if we've dropped the thread in yet, but uh, there's a lot of contributions in there. It's really nice for the vibe coding thread from the main account.
Yeah, yeah.
What's this? Oh, cursor. Yeah.
Cursor's still cooking. I was using it today a lot, and it's gotten the latest models are really fast, like barely any latency. And it's getting really good. There's one thing I was working on the GIFs dashboard today, like hardening up some of the logic because scraping Giphy is a huge pain in the ass. Apparently, there was like 3 GIFs that just did not want to scrape. Like I'm trying to batch scrape like 10 at a time now, so it goes faster and I use fewer credits. But it was just not having it, so I ended up having to get it to only scrape like 1 at a time for those specific 3 GIFs if they failed multiple times. But cursor it was like very intricate stuff that it was actually easier to just code it myself. But then I was playing with this crypto D&D dashboard and all that, and it was much faster. I shipped like 4 features in an hour. It was insane. It just like was knocking them out one after another. It was really fun.
Yeah, One Third Nerd is loving the crypto D&D. He basically, I don't know, I told him to reach out to you because he had feedback, but it was all very positive. He went into the game as one of his chickens, and he played it like an RPG where everything he did was just react as a chicken. Like, okay, you have to make a decision. This is where you are. He's like, peck at the ground. And then he ended up finding all these resources and selling it. He went on a whole adventure.
Dude, it's crazy.
As a chicken. It was very interesting.
Yeah, it's so fun for role playing. I'm not saving any of the logs or anything. I'll probably start doing that eventually. But yeah, I've seen it's like not a lot of people are playing it yet. It's kind of died down, but I've seen a couple people coming in like every day playing these pretty long sessions. It's pretty funny to watch.
Yeah, I saw a Legendary post about it. I think that honestly the D&D I love the game so far, but I think the lesson here is like, and I was thinking about this for Gotchi Guardians, for Reckless, for all these games, we should start branching out and including other communities in the games. Like, because
Totally.
I feel like if you added a chicken or a pudgy penguin, like the option to play in Gotchi Guardians with those characters, we'd on board. I feel like it wouldn't be a huge lift to do to add that character, but we'd be able to onboard a lot more people.
Yeah, this is kind of my initial test before we go too crazy and start adding it in the games that have a lot more upkeep and kind of time that will to change that kind of stuff. This is kind of my Trojan horse to like reach out to other communities and even like subreddits and stuff and like get them to know about the game, and kind of through that Aavegotchi is listed as number 1. First thing you see when you go on the game choosing your character, you're like Aavegotchi with the 2 A's. So I think it's like a good way to do outreach. And I'm also hopefully it will do well on like some of the crypto subreddits. I want to go post it on our NFT and like our cryptocurrency and just be like, hey, I made a little D&D simulator with AI and NFTs, and see what the response is to that. Kind of little testing ground before we hit them with the main stuff, the Gotchi Guardians and Gotchiverse. But yeah, I totally agree. Like, I want to really be able to support like as many communities in the D&D game as I can. So I'm going to be doing like more outreach on that once the game is a little bit more polished. I'm going to really start like putting feelers out. I shipped like 3 quality of life features today. It auto scrolls when you send your last message, or like the AI replies, and because that was really annoying having to like always scroll. There's also a roll button. It's kind of flaky, but it sometimes works. And also, you guys asked for the auto focus on the keyboard after you send your last message. the keyboard, you'd have to like always click on the keyboard to type again. So got that working too. That was like an hour of coding. It was pretty sick. So just getting some quality of life in to make it like, and also the verbosity, bro. The verbosity is so funny. When you guys go in, it's a little bit hidden. Go up to the settings and like bring verbosity like all the way down, and the AI just like it gets very like very like terse and concise, and it's just a really funny way to play the game. Because I got sick of reading. I was like, this is too much reading. No one wants to read all day. So playing D&D, and I think I put a screenshot in here. If you guys are just coming on, I'm enjoying it way more than the flower. I'm a guy that when I read books, I don't really read the flowery language. I just skip directly to the action and the dialogue. So for me, I'm really enjoying this terse mode. Enter central. It's like Blocktopia entrance. Neon signs flicker. Smog hangs. What do you do? Just gives you 3 options.
Seduce.
Although, yeah,
in this situation, there's
no
no seduce.
So yeah, that slider's key because a lot of times GBT, like these LLMs want to go on long soliloquies.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, different personalities. Like, there's a difficulty slider as well. I haven't really tested that one very much, but verbosity is definitely, it makes a big difference in the game. I'm enjoying it, being very low. It's on the, if you want to play with it, it's in the settings at the top right.
Very elegant. I like it. And there's been a couple communities that have kind of like reacted to it, right? Because you tagged some of these other NFT brands that are included in the game.
Yeah, the chickens. Like, I don't think no one from Pudgy or I added Azuki. If anyone knows anyone from Azuki, we could do something with them, like show it to their community a little bit. I think it'd be kind of cool to play as an Azuki. But yeah, haven't gotten much response from other communities yet, except for like the smaller ones. The chicken guy played with it, and yeah, the Utes could be interesting. I mean, I don't know. I haven't really feel like they're not really active that
They're
much.
doing
anymore.
okay.
They all died once the scams became very clear from Frank.
Yeah, I can add the Utes and like the D-Gods, but I don't know if I think their community, I feel like it kind of imploded, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I would love to get you like some of the other gaming ecosystems on Say, because those like Say has games, but their games are still very much in development, where the stuff we do over here would like blow them away. So it's just a different blockchain, of course. But in my mind, I'm like, like I want to be like a squid, bringing the IP into different, everywhere, because that's the best way to get people to know it. But also, like, especially with this D&D thing, seeing how quickly, because One Third Nerd, who is part of the chicken community, he helps co-host the Hangout with me in the morning. This is how we learned about it, because we played D&D live on the Hangout. I'll drop the clip in a minute.
Yeah.
He went back to his community and started talking about it as like a flashpoint of like, we as a community within Chicken should be empowering and doing stuff beyond what just the dev team is doing, because the dev team is not as active with, there's no DAO or anything like that. But they got very excited about the idea like that their NFTs had some kind of utility over here for this game. So
yeah,
there's a lot of projects.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah. The smaller ones, I think, are like, easier to get in, like, because they're hungry and looking for something.
For sure. I mean, they're most of their devs deployed the collection and then they basically just fucked off, like, to do something else. But people they like the IP, they like the vibes, but there's not that much for them to do with it. So that's exactly what I think. This is a great, quick way to like engage with those communities, and the fun thing is like it's whatever you make it. You can literally go in there and, like you said, you can play as a chicken, or you can basically tell it how you want to play the game. And I think people were saying, like, what do you guys think the killer feature would be for it? Like, is it multiplayer? Is it just something else? Like, what would be like something that would be, I mean, it's right now it's not even saving anything. Like, it doesn't persist to a database or anything. So I got to get that working before we do multiplayer. Like, what would you guys, would you want to have like a Gotchi team up with like a chicken and like have like a party, kind of a squad, and then play together?
Yeah, multiplayer would be great because me and One Third Nerd talked about, because we did a space where we were doing it live, and it was for us a lot of fun because we're on a it's an audio based space, so it's like allowing us to tell a story. It's very much, it reminds me of doing improv, except I have a partner, the DM, and he'll do whatever. It's kind of a side thought, but I want, like, I think for a marketing thing, it would be amazing to find a way, because we've heard stories of like AIs that are set out there, like agents, that if like you can break them, you can get the money that's associated with inside them. So like adding a bounty inside where if you could successfully get past the dungeon master and complete a quest or something, like, break it to convince the dungeon master to give away its booty, and then like a call of action, like there's like a half ETH in this dungeon master in this game, and you either with a team or by yourself have to convince and win the game to get that distribution. I don't know how hard building that logic is, but there's been some interesting stories in the last couple months of like bots that have been like kind of they're like, yeah, you have to convince me to give you the money, and people will go like, the logic gets crazy.
Yeah, Freza was the first one to do that. I remember I was watching the first like challenge that Freza did. It got up to like, I think it was 150K got in there, but before someone they did like, it's a really big brain way to get around it. They basically just backdoored the AI with like the most crazy prompt you've ever seen. So I know that stuff is possible. I don't think it's like it's something to do, but at the same time, it's not that hard to like jailbreak these AIs. I don't think, me as like a coder kind of new to AI, I wouldn't stand a chance against these guys that are like jailbreaking the latest open AI models and stuff. I think they could break it pretty quickly. I don't know how fun that would be. Like, I guess for like someone who's not a jailbreaker, maybe it'd be fun, but it would be really easy to jailbreak it. I'm not sure.
I would think maybe if you make it gameplay specific, where it's like you can't just like give a very complex prompt to get it to just drop its pants and give you the money. Like, more so like you have to achieve certain things within the game, and you have to you drop hints from the account saying like, getting like, my example is the golem, right? I picked up Ethereum crystals at some point, and it dawned on me, maybe throw the Ethereum crystals at the golem, and that worked. It stunned the golem, and then I tried to seduce it, and it didn't work. But it was just like stupid. It's like, I didn't know that. Like, so it could be like almost like a puzzle, and it's like, hey, can you solve this puzzle? You have to break the AI, but you also have to solve the puzzle, like the cipher, and then there's a prize at the end of it.
Yeah, part of the
what
fun
if it wasn't so much about jailbreaking, but like there was a time boxed season or space of time where anybody could come in and do their quests, and the AI could just choose who did the best, which one entertained the AI the most. Like, the winner, there's going to be a winner. I feel like that's a little different than jailbreaking it, right? You're just trying to have the best quest you can, and you don't really know what its metrics are. It could be very subjective, but
it could be
it's like a lotto. It's going to pick somebody.
Game-based trading, like we have a 1 week open period, and because One Third Nerd was like, he went and he told his chicken to peck, and it ended up pecking some precious resource, and he kept mining it basically and then selling it on the marketplace and earning ETH. So maybe it's an ETH leaderboard in the game. I mean, that could probably be broken pretty easily too, but at least it gets people trying, right?
Yeah. An ETH leaderboard, I had the same idea. I think that would be something I could like pretty easily put together. It's not gonna mean much because like someone could just once there's like a number, someone's just gonna go and try to get they're gonna get like a bajillion ETH because it's not real. It's just a number that the AI, you can like coerce the AI to give you money. But it's kind of funny, I guess. Like I could see different communities. We could say, you know, the Aavegotchi, like there's like a leaderboard for how much the gotchis have earned versus how much the chickens or the azukis or whatever have earned. And it doesn't really make any, you know, it's not real money. And everyone knows it's kind of really easy to coerce, but at the same time, it's like, hey, these guys are putting in the effort. They're out there. Like, it's kind of interesting to see. It's a metric of who's trying to jailbreak the AI the most.
Yeah, I was like starting to think, hey, what if you put caps or maximums payouts that the DM can do, or
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the number
I think I can do that. I think again, I think it's whatever I put in the prompt. There's always going to be a way for someone to get around it because it's not hard coded anywhere. Like the only way I could maybe get around it is literally putting it in the code and like ignoring what the AI says and just saying, hey, like, bro, you can't give away 10,000 ETH. Like, your max is 500. We're going to cut you off. I could probably do something like that for ETH and like just kind of override whatever the AI says. If someone figures out how to give 1 million ETH, we just say, no, you're not doing that.
Yeah, you can always
But I don't know. Part of the fun is
tax.
just like seeing how much you can take, like how far you can go with it.
Yeah, you can also implement a tax where the amount of ETH as your amount extracted increases, like per demand, I guess, the tax goes up. So if you ask for like a ridiculous number, like I want 1 million ETH, you have like a 99% tax.
Yeah.
Yeah, just something like I like the idea of challenging the community overall, like to break it, even if it's breakable, because you know it'll just get a lot.
That's
of attention.
the fun of it, I think.
Yeah,
yeah. That's people will get it's a good like mental exercise.
Yeah, because I think getting smaller communities involved will be easy because there's a bunch of them out there that are active that aren't clear rugs that have been like have some kind of sovereignty because of the way they run their communities, like other small gaming communities too. So being able to like attract
I want to get the pirates are a one I would love to work with. I have got open chat with the guys over there. So
Pirate Nation.
That's one of the ones I want to add. Yeah, Pirate Nation. I want to get them in there. I think pirates would have a good time playing this.
Yeah, it's a vibe.
But what I really want to do is get AI like images now with this new 4.0 images. They're so slow, but holy shit, I think those images would be fire. Like you're playing the game and AI is just generating an image with your gotchi, in doing whatever you're doing, and it like occasionally generates an image for you or something. Oh my god, that'd be crazy. Yeah,
it would definitely be. Yeah, if we could get around those, it would be very satisfying to like get my own collection of artwork generated by playing the game, and then like ideally those are minted and like something I can collect on chain. Seems very base, like everything's on chain, very very aligned with base.
I think base would really like
that. Yeah. New way to mint. We got to go on a quest.
Yeah, see, I wonder how projects like it was a rug, but Pokey AI, where they did a live stream and it was AI, and it was all I think we're using Unity to create this video of the Pokemon characters like just doing obscene things. I wonder if there's some integration there because I know the rate limit thing is always going to be an issue, but to have like video scenes play out with the characters, because if they were able to do it, I guess it depends on the evolution of adding new characters, but I just wonder how they did it.
That's the thing though, like if we think about a year from now where NFT, like where AI is going to go, then I think we're kind of building on that and that like riding that wave. I really want to find a way to bring back NFTs and like mix them with AI. This is like one way to do it, I think. But yeah, there's got to be like the speed for image generation, I think, is going to come down a lot. Like, now that they've kind of breached it with this latest one, there's going to be all sorts of other competitors coming out with their own like equally awesome image gen models. And then video, everything's just going to get faster and faster. So what might take like a minute now might be 10 seconds a year from now.
Oh yeah, we got to kind of expect that. It's a race to the bottom in that sense. So it'll get there. They'll look better and be faster in a very short amount of time, relatively speaking.
T-Bird, what is going on here with Slide AI? This is a Gotchi, I think, right?
I'm like, is that the?
Looks. I was thinking it was the Raffle Noggin, but I don't see a Raffle. And Soju, I totally agree, man. I changed my bio. I want to make NFTs fun again. Like,
Did you? Oh yeah.
yeah. Let's like figure out. Let's. I want to get more attention on NF. Like do cool stuff that merges AI and NFTs, and like do a Renaissance revival for NFTs, and also bring a ton of attention to Aavegotchi as like, oh, this is like a guy that's locked in doing this.
It makes sense. Honestly, I saw one of those like tier lists. It was probably a month ago for all the different like crypto cycles going back to like 2015 or earlier. And I think NFTs, this guy gave it like a tier, I think. I just remember thinking like it was decent, but it should be the S tier. Like NFTs were peak fun. I mean, you're literally mixing art and on-chain goodness. Way better than the current current cycle, which is just like kind of black pilled. Very very much PvP and just not not as fun as previous cycles. Not just because you're up or you're down financially, but just like it's not nearly as creative. So yeah, I'd love to see a renaissance for on-chain art, NFTs, all that good stuff.
Yeah. What do you think, guys? Are NFTs going to make it back, or is the tech stained forever from the 2022 run?
I mean, we're all still here.
I think it
So,
comes back.
I think
all the
yeah,
time.
everything has waves and cycles, right?
Did Beanie Babies ever come back?
They never left. That's the thing. I think I had this exact conversation with someone recently. It was like, yeah, they aren't grabbing the headlines anymore, but they're probably, I mean, they're in every Hallmark store and they're definitely all over the
Yeah.
place. And I just wonder if you actually look at like the business model of Beanie Babies, like their market cap, quote unquote, it's probably bigger than when it was, you know, the hottest thing for Christmas in like 1995 or whatever. It's probably 10 times bigger right now. Like, very good chance of that. They never actually left.
Yeah, collectibles have staying power. Like I've seen my Pokemon cards on Courtyard, the tokenized ones, like my Van Gogh Pikachu, that has
Mm-hmm.
had wild swings. I basically paid like $40 to get two PSA 10s, so like 40 each. And I was getting offers of like almost $1,000 like maybe a month ago. And now the offers are down to like $400. But during the bear market, they were like, I was getting offers for $50, $100. But over time, it just keeps, those minimums keep going up. So if it's if it has a cult background or following, I think things can last. So NFTs, they had their 2017 cycle, 2021. I'm hoping we get one more soon. We're gonna just keep going through it, but it's also weird because NFTs have evolved. Like if you think of Polymarket, all of your bets are NFTs, but no one ever addresses the fact that that is what's happening. They're using, I think, ERC 1155s, but it's just like that's not the main use case for the tech. It's a well hidden crypto device within the tech.
Yeah. Yeah. The NFT is not. It's not the main thing. it's just like rails for like consumer. The normie consumer doesn't care about an NFT. They just think, oh, like I should be able to trade my stuff that I earn. For them, that's all they really care about. Like they don't care what the tech is, whether it's an NFT or if it's a server somewhere. They're not that interested. But I mean, the tech, what it unlocks is kind of cool, like being able to permissionlessly, without having permission from Ubisoft or something to transfer it and sell it. That's pretty dope.
Yeah, we're starting to see that on AVAX, the guns token, and I guess their L1 is launching or about to be launched for Off the Grid. I haven't really played Off the Grid. I tried to install it on my Mac. It required me to update my Mac. Didn't work, and now my Mac is running slower. So I have a personal beef with Off the Grid. So I won't put it on my gaming PC, even though I keep getting told to do it. But yeah, they're coming forward with their stuff. So it'll be interesting to see kind of how that goes. Because tradable skins in game, all that good stuff.
Yeah, they're gonna be like on mainnet soon, right?
Yeah, I think so. Because there was I think the announcement was that they did something with Binance. I think gave like 4% of the supply, or Binance's listing, something along those lines. There's a listing based community, so they did an allocation to them, indicating that they're probably coming live soon. But I haven't kept up on it other than people mentioning it to me here and there, specifically D Engineer and One Third Nerd.
We Guardians is also having a Gotchi Guardians having a decent week here. We're gonna have some listings next week. We're gonna be Golden Cross. You've been working with Hyperplay to get the browser version listed in Hyperplay, and we also are gonna have B3 finally getting that we're finally able to get everything working on B3. So we'll have some new players coming into Gotchi Guardians next week. Yeah.
Yeah, Hyperplay is shooting for a launch on Thursday. I'm not sure on the exact time of day yet. They're going to let us know on Monday, but Thursday should be the day, and we're going to kick it off with like a one of their play to earn play streak competitions, or whatever you want to call it. So that'll help attract the Hyperplay players to take a look. And I think we're going to do like a 3-day streak, play for like 10 minutes a day, 3 days in a row, and you can harvest some ghost. So that's going to start on Thursday. If you guys are registered with Hyperplay, you can also participate and get some of that ghost. And that'll all kick off, late next week. And if it goes well, we'll see how it goes through the weekend. If their player base is showing up and they're sticky, we'll probably double down and do another batch of ghost bounties for the week after. So that's TBD, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. I think we're trying to also aim to have potential XP event for Gotchi Guardians next week, kind of lining up, getting the base engaged with the game at the same time that promoting it to these other communities, especially base 3. I think they do game nights, and they have a pretty organic, within crypto, speaking liberally here, pretty organic community that over there that I think is a great fit for the game. So last thing we want is them coming in there, not being able to find any players. So we're also probably going to do an XP event for Guardians next week.
Yeah, finally. Well overdue. There were some technical reasons. Now we're in a position where Guardians is web release, and it can read which Gotchi you play the game with. So you're gonna be able to get some XP for your Gotchis. So that'll be nice. Yeah, I think we should overlap them. At least the Hyperplay thing's going on, and you're getting XP So the Hyperplay people are discovering like lobbies with players in them. It's like a like kind of momentum builder for everybody instead of like separating them into like different days of the calendar.
Yeah, this is our printout of which Gotchis have played matches in Gotchi Guardians. 17-3-1-4, 83 matches, 86-51. I don't know, I have to look up the Gotchis. These are the token IDs. But yeah, finally we got this got the Gotchis saving when you play it in the game, so perfect time to do an XP event now. And we'll also be we got pretty much locking in the dates now for the Geist wind down, and we submitted the prop for Gotchi points and base migration. We're locking in all the dates for that as well. So we're gonna kick that off with Gotchi Guardians skins being minted on base first, and then in April, we're also that's when we're going to do the base migration.
It begins.
Yeah.
So with the base migration, do you know like you said starting April, like what like steps in the process that we're going to go through that you can explain, or like
Yep.
I guess any marketing approach that you're going to go with?
So yeah, mainly we want to make sure that everything on the dev side goes smooth. There's a couple areas that are going to be a little bit tricky, but we'll just do it step by step. For example, things like GBM auctions, like any of the auctions or upgrades in the realm, like in the realm parcels or forging, those things they all kind of have this contract state that goes in and goes out, kind of like when you start forging something, we kind of need everyone to finish forging their stuff before the snapshot. And it's not the end of the world if they don't, but it'd be better if most people, the majority of people, finish their forging or finish their upgrading in the realm in the Gotchiverse parcels. And also, like, there's no more GBM. That we'll turn off GBM auctions a couple weeks before the migration. Those are the main areas that we've identified as like potentially being kind of tricky to handle. So we're gonna turn those off with a decent lead period before the actual migration, just to make sure that everything goes smooth with those.
GBM is coming to
Beyond
base
that,
though, right?
yeah. We're gonna redeploy everything onto base. It's just we don't want a bunch of auctions still going when we're taking snapshots of the gotchis or the items inside, because then they'd be in kind of a limbo state where it would just be a tricky situation. Yeah, and then as far as like marketing, we have the Gotchi points campaign. We're like, as far as what Pixelcraft can do, we want to make noise on the timeline and let the base community know. I think the Gotchi Guardians launch, we're preparing a very, very big launch for Gotchi Guardians that is close. We're like very close to locking it in and signing contracts. So that's going to be, I think that could be a huge catalyst just to gain attention. People like saying like, holy shit, like this is a big partnership. We're in like the final stages of getting that locked down with the team. So that it's one of the kind of pieces of ammunition that we are working on. And yeah, also open to like, if there's ideas that people have about how we could do more with the base community. For example, there's like the base Minecraft. We met them. Base Digger. I have a chat open with them and doing some things together with them. And obviously, like the biggest one is just Coinbase themselves. We're still like once we're established on the chain, it's they have this new the kind of the evolution of their Coinbase Quest is it's a in-app. They acquired an ads company a couple months ago, and they're going to be allowing you to use basically do targeted ads within the Coinbase wallet. So that's once we have something that actually converts people and has like decent retention, that's going to be a big way to onboard people. But it's like there's no use in doing marketing and doing and spending on that until there's like a product that's going to retain people and is easy and accessible. So the games have been our priority and getting Gotchiverse and Gotchi Guardians to like a point where they're fun and will have high retention. Gotchi Guardians is definitely making good strides on that.
Yeah, and also thank you everybody in the Gotchiverse 3D channel who reported bugs and have been back and forth with. You probably noticed a lot of the different devs and teammates in there responding directly. And yeah, I think with the latest patch, everything that was reported should be fixed now. There's a couple other things that are on the to-do list, including like for some technical reasons, the displaying of the NFT displays is just takes a little bit more bespoke work. So Eris is going to spend some time this next week digging into that. So you guys will have your NFT displays working properly. But yeah, the teams really enjoyed your guys' feedback and like it helped us get a very quick turnaround on this stuff. I'm so glad we didn't hold off and then until we got the NFT displays and everything, and then bring the game to you guys, and we'd probably still find half of these. So we just put it out early and raw, and half of them we knew were going to be there, and the other half, I mean, there was a lot of new stuff you guys also found, so that was great. Yeah, usually we share a little bit of a look ahead. Now, this is the caveat that we're not so the UI designs are kind of 2 steps ahead of the proof of concept we're working on for the Great Battle Simulator, or Lick Invasion as we're calling it. So this is probably not going to be live like next week or anytime super soon, but it's already gone through several iterations and is pretty much done and just waiting for the game to be released. So maybe you guys will have some ideas or feedback here, but happy to share a couple images of this. Maybe we shared these last week. I don't think so. They also got another pass this week, just a few days ago. And here's the character select screen from Lick Invasion. You can see you've got your play. You've got very Fortnite-y. You can hit the plus button to add a partner to head in duo mode. Proof of concept is going to be single player, but later on we'll add a team mode. And you've got your difficulty selection, your Aavegotchi selection, and your equip page. Oh, there, it just dropped for you guys. You can see it now. And then also the link off to the shop. And that's where you can get a bunch of cool stuff in terms of the potions and power-ups. There's quite a list of new power-ups that you see. The SFA Protolick is there, but in addition to that, there's a ton of new ones. So here's I'll drop one more image kind of previewing that. Give it a minute here to load. My internet's pretty slow. Let me know when you guys see the second image. I don't think it's there yet. But it's like Spooky Juice, Speed Nectar, things like that that will affect, how you perform in each match. And just like SFA, you can come in with 4 items.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, there it is. And you and your partner can come in with different strategies, different things. And I'm just so pleased with the aesthetic of where the game's going. It's looking really, really good. I think I definitely mentioned this before, but maybe some of you missed it. The liquidators are getting a facelift in kind of a way. If you're playing a lot of Guardians, we're going with the Guardians licks for kind of universality, they're going to be in Gotchiverse as well. So the old SFA licks are out, and the Guardians licks are coming in to the Gotchiverse. Yeah, so the ETA and GBS is we actually were able internally to start zapping some licks this last week. So that was the first time we got that far. And it's very raw. There's a lot of balancing and just like a lot of stuff that needs to be done. But we were both basically stress testing how many licks we could fit on the map. And the good news is it was a lot. Like I think we started with 40 and then it spawned what, like 8 more licks, 5 more licks every 3 seconds. And so we're gonna regroup next week and see where things are, because with this big Gotchi Guardians deal that's probably gonna happen, it is going to require, with the tight timelines, we're going to allocate some of the Gotchiverse team's resources over to help the Guardians team. So it's going to take a little bit away from Gotchiverse and Lick Invasion. But at the end of the day, I think we can still ship proof of concept. What would you say, Dan? I don't want to commit to anything here, but it's looking like if you guys are kind of, how we did a really raw farming build with you guys, we can do a really raw proof of concept with you guys in the next few weeks. I'm pretty sure that's doable. It's gonna be raw, but it's like I'd rather get something in there where you guys can start zapping licks and keeping score than wait for perfection. So build in public and get you guys in there.
Yeah, I mean, I think for Guardians, we just want to make sure that the WebGL build is bug proof. So that's, I think we'll be putting a little bit of the team onto that, which they're currently they're working on new features, the leaderboard, other first time user experience work that really needs to be done before the main launch. But the WebGL, we want to make sure that people using it and playing on browser also are having a good time. A lot of the bugs that we're seeing are kind of WebGL specific, really annoying, like memory issues or just random stuff that, as Slama has said, like it doesn't even give you a good error. So that we're going to need some bandwidth on the team to go look into those. So that might delay, like slow down Gotchiverse progress a little bit. But we do have one main dev, Julio, that is basically like, he's very experienced and he's working on the Lick Invasion. Like he won't be moving too much over to Guardians. He's going to be sticking to Lick Invasion. So definitely going to keep making progress on that.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. The teams like actually are both in the best place they've been in a long time. I'd say the Gotchiverse team has really hit its stride, and morale is up. They're shipping and hitting their marks. Estimates are accurate, and so when I talked to them this week about we're going to have to shake things up and allocate some of our resources over to Guardians, I think there was a bit of like, oh man, but it's at the same time they like a fresh challenge, and rotating through different code bases and working with Slama is always good. So I expect it won't shake things up too much. They've got a good rhythm right now. Ooh, Soju's in the Gotchi Guardians. I don't think I've played with Soju before. Nice. I'm trying to get those times to start up your first match in Guardians. Try to get that faster, your loading times. So then we can start promoting the game a bit more.
Working on a landing page, and we kind of know what our USPs are for Guardians, but I'm curious, you guys that are really enjoying it, like what's your favorite part of the game so far? What do you find like the most addictive, or like what is it about the game that you're really enjoying? Well, we're gonna we want to highlight what's gonna be attractive to people while the game is downloading, give them something to look at, kind of read about.
Yeah, Mario mentions a tutorial, and whether it's like a full-throated tutorial or something to scroll through. There's so much content and lore with the game and characters and towers and weapons. Like there's no shortage of content. So we just need to like find a way to present it in an interesting way that can hold your attention while you wait for the game to load.
Make a airplane safety dance kind of video, like you know what they do on the airplane where they're like Delta has these like side videos now where it's like you're gonna get, you know, if your thing drops and you're gonna, but explain the game, like, you know, like walking through it like you're getting ready to onboard onto like a spaceship or something, like the walk on video where it's like, oh, you'll choose these cards and then you're gonna set up your towers and then have choices here, and like for the most, like you can drop a little alpha into like the meta of how to play better, maybe for brand new people.
I like it.
Yeah,
I
we
like
got a
it. A
bunch
little
of
humor can go a long way.
getting a lot of good clips coming through as well. I haven't. I don't know if we've been able to post one this week. I've been quite busy with some things this week. But keep the clips coming, friends. Myth or Allegory also shout out made a great clip. We're gonna be putting that one out soon, showing you how to earn some badges, some little like hacks for how to maximize your badge earning. So that kind of educational while also interesting, like fun clips. I could totally see us like doing putting clips out and just having like clips of the game while you're waiting for it to load would be pretty sick.
Nobody has said the answer lies with AI. Maybe we just need to get like, can I just talk to a brute force cactus while I wait? Just like,
Right.
love the brute force.
Oh, Phantasma likes the Fomosaurus. Yeah, the UFO. Random chaos fun without being too disruptive. That yeah. I think that's one of our like USPs is just like the fun, chaotic nature of the game. It's very chaotic good. Yeah, narrator is awesome. He did a great job with that.
It added a lot to the game, like a lot more than I expected. It
Yeah.
really is nice having that guidance slash entertainment.
Yeah, I didn't realize that Slama recorded the background vocal stuff, because every time I played the game previously, I was playing it on a space, so I had to mute the sound. And then I did a gaming stream sometime last week and actually had the sound up, and I'm like, oh my god, that's Jason Slama. I talked with him on an interview. I was like, that's so cool. He does a really good job.
I know that voice.
Yeah.
Yeah. You would do good with that too. You've got the radio voice. You could be the announcer. We would get you in there for like an announcer skin, right? Get the NoFu announcer skin pack, audio skin.
Yeah, just send me a script. I can record all of it. You know, be then we can play around, have some fun with it.
Yeah. Gotcha game would love that. I'd be like, oh, I'm playing the no futuristic announcer version. Yeah, Wanda, not bad. We should get some team play nights scheduled here soon.
Any let's see, anything else? Any shout outs anyone's got before we go into the dower here?
Anybody do any Battler custom tournaments? I think those are live, right? We could set up a tournament anytime. That's another thing we could think about, not just Pixelcraft, but like the community, the DAO, Battler team. I think as we move to base, and Battler's like part of that migration, I guess, automatically, they could do their first rewards on base and do a little tournament campaign. Start planning that if they're not already. I guess my point is that anybody could plan that since we can all make custom tournaments now. Oh, here we go. It's almost time for Dow Hour. I think we're gonna hear. Let me go see if I can check in with our friend.